It's Caleb.
It's Megan, and we're back with episode 4 of the #WHODIS podcast.
We have an international music sensation and a dear friend of Tropeaka in the room today, Megan.
That's right. I'm so excited to announce that our special guest today is definitely no stranger to the global music stage. You may know her by the name of DJ Tigerlily. That's right. Dara is a world-class DJ, producer, wellness enthusiast with a long list of hits, including new music this year, Take You Back and Get Down. Besides being multifaceted, we also just adore Dara for being such a down-to-earth Aussie gal who just exudes so much happiness and positivity on the daily. Welcome to the podcast.
Guys, that was the best intro I've ever had. My cheeks are hurting because I'm smiling so much.
Megan has nailed it again.
Tears.
Megan will do my funeral, actually, with talking people up that much. That was amazing again.
Hey, at least people will probably be smiling when they're listening to us speak.
Exactly. No, very true. And hey, Dara, amazing to have you. Thank you so much. You've been a friend of Tropeaka for a while now, and it's so cool to kind of have you here on the podcast. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me. It is so nice to finally come and meet everyone. And I suppose, be in Tropeaka HQ. How cool is that?
Woo!
You know what the first thing me and Caleb both said when you got here? We were like, wow, that Jeep is such a DJ car. In my head, I saw you driving and I was like, damn, I knew it.
You know what? I wanted that car since I was like a baby. Not the babies want cars, but since I was in primary school, I was like, as soon as I can drive, I'm getting a Jeep. And so then as soon as, it actually wasn't my first car, but it was my second car, saved up and bought it. But it's actually funny lately, this past 2 weeks, I've been hating on it and I want a new car.
Ooh,
No
why?
way.
Spill the beans.
Well, it's obviously diesel petrol, so it's like really bad for the environment. The petrol tank, there's actually a problem with it. So it takes me like 20 minutes to fill it up with petrol. Like there's something to do with the angle of the petrol pump. If you don't get it right the first time, it just like drip feeds into the tank.
Oh.
And also like it's a really fun car, but it is not a comfy, quiet car to drive in. So like I was on the phone to my boyfriend on the way here and I'm like yelling because he's on my Bluetooth, but it's like really loud. The car's just like...
It's like a World War II tank.
Well, yeah, it's like you're going like 4-wheel driving every day, which is super fun, but it's not like great for, having calls or things like that. So I don't know if I'll get a new one. Probably not right now, now that I'm unemployed or fun employed. But maybe in the future. We'll see.
What would you switch to? What's the next dream car?
I don't think this is my next dream car, but my dream car would be a Tesla.
I was literally just about to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty obvious though.
Yes.
I mean, for the environment. And they're pretty badass.
Oh, they are so badass. Like the big 4-wheel drivey looking ones, the white ones, or all black with like black rims. Oh, so smick. But we'll see. That's maybe a couple more years down the track.
I've heard people speak about them. I'm not sure the class. Maybe it's the S class or whatever. It's the really badass one. But there's something about like the electric propulsion or something and the speed it can get off the mark, which is like just apparently like crazy. Like it's like the weirdest feeling or whatever. I don't know, but I'd love to test drive one and see what it's like.
I've been in the back of one before, but I've never driven one before. I think it's meant to just go super fast, so quick. And because like you can't like hear it, it's a totally different experience because like your senses are just... Whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
So cool.
Every car enthusiast is like, listen to these three, just try and attempt to talk about cars. I'm the guy here and I've got no idea. I'm like, S-Class or something? I don't know.
In my head, I'm just like, I'm asking for a bicycle for my birthday.
Hey, one step at a time.
That's right.
You want like the Sezzy little pink bike or something, I reckon. That would be good. That would be good.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So besides Jeep issues, obviously you got other challenges. Everyone's got challenges at the moment. It's
time.
pretty crazy time, and especially for a DJ. So the first question should be like, how are you coping at the moment?
Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. I'm actually going well considering everything. I've been strategic in like the past couple of years of business and obviously performing and traveling, and I've saved really well and I've invested kind of well, and obviously my boyfriend's still working full time. So despite the fact of me like losing pretty much 90% of my income, it's I'm doing okay. It's obviously not a great situation, but I'm keeping busy, obviously doing cool things like this, lots of podcasts, writing music, obviously working on social media, like branding collabs with like the little families that I've been involved in, which is awesome. But my schedule has definitely taken a much quieter turn. However, I'm actually happy about it. I didn't realize I was working so hard before all of this happened. Like every weekend, pretty much without fail. And when I'd take holidays, I'd kind of feel a bit guilty about it. So I've really realized that having time off and having a life and, you know, being able to be social with your friends is very important. So when I do eventually go back to work, which is hopefully sooner rather than later, I definitely think I will make a considered effort to slow down a lot more. But yeah, look, just eating at home a lot, drinking lots of wine, chilling out, doing my home workouts every morning, living a pretty simple life.
Living a good life.
Yeah. Actually, we're trying to adopt a cat at the moment. So that will be hopefully really cool if we can get one. I didn't know how hard it was to adopt a cat.
Oh, really?
Sounds like as hard as adopting a kid in Australia by the sounds of things. It's like...
Literally.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We have been trying for like 3 weeks. We want a kitten and a ginger one because we have fostered a kitten before that was a ginger kitten and had a great personality. The gingers I think are meant to be pretty outgoing. But yeah, we've found one, but we're probably not going to be able to get him for a month because he has to have an operation to get his tail like chopped off.
Oh, whoa.
Because it was broken. Yeah, so he's like a little like a foster baby from like the streets. So they like found him and he'd obviously been like super injured and stuff like that. So crossing our fingers and our toes that the operation goes okay and that he might become a part of our family, but we'll just see what happens.
We definitely hope so.
Yeah.
What would you name your kitten?
Oh, he's already got a great name.
Oh,
His name's Rupert.
oh, Rupert. That's cute.
That's nice.
I know, it's so cute. Oh.
Personally, I would have liked a DJ name for your kitten, but...
What's a DJ name?
I don't know. I was hoping you'd come up with the inspiration. One of the questions I've got for you today is, what was... I want to know the names that you didn't choose. Like, what, was there like a second place? Like, if you weren't DJ Tigerlily, what would be like number 2 or number 3?
Can I answer that now?
Yeah. We don't do order here. Let's just go straight
great,
to the point.
awesome. So there were 2 options for my DJ names. One was Tigerlily and one was Bambi. Guys, I'm like slapping my forehead.
Is that a cat name or is that a dog
No,
name?
isn't Bambi from that movie? What's
It's
it
like
called?
a little deer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bambi's a deer, right?
Yeah,
He's a little boy
yeah.
deer. That's actually quite a cute cat name.
Yeah, there you go. DJ Bambi.
Cute. DJ Bam.
Yeah. Bam.
Yeah. You're welcome. I came up with that thought process. Yeah.
No, I'm set on Rupert. I like Rupert. But look, maybe if it was a girl, Bambi's kind of cute. But I chose Tigerlily over Bambi because of my mum. I presented the 2 names to her and she said Tigerlily was definitely the winner. Bambi seemed a bit, I think she said ditzy or something like that. And she was like, that's not you. Tigerlily's strong. And so I was like, okay, thanks, Mum.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Is there, how old were you when you came up with like your name and how did your whole career kind of start to manifest?
Yeah, so it was like over 10 years ago now, which is just so crazy. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to, be a singer or a dancer or an actor or a performer or whatever. And I always wanted my stage name to be Tigerlily. I thought that was like so cool. I'm not sure where I got it from, maybe from Peter Pan, but I don't know, maybe it was kind of from that and then it kind of just evolved in my mind. But I actually saw someone DJ for the first time at a house party, probably when I was 16. And I just thought, oh, that's so cool. And I went up and asked heaps of questions and was that annoying girl at the party, touching
Can
the
you play this
equipment,
song, please?
being like, oh, can I listen in the headphones? All that kind of stuff. And so from that point, I was starting to envision what I wanted my career to look like. I didn't even know I was going to be a DJ or do it. And then I suppose when I finished high school, I was given the opportunity to, finally go out into clubs and listen to music and party and enjoy dance music for what it was. And I really fell in love with it then for sure. So I actually found out about this competition called Your Shot. And what it is, it's a competition for young kids to teach them how to DJ. So it's ran in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth. It's a 6-week intensive training. So like all of us could go if you don't need any experience. It's actually kind of better if you don't have any experience, and they teach you a crash course on how to DJ. And then after the 6 weeks, you have to do like a competition where you have like a DJ off with everyone else. There's probably about 100 kids in each year. And I ended up coming second in that. So that was in 2011. So 2 years out of high school. And my prize for coming second in Your Shot was a residency at Soho. Don't know if you guys remember Soho.
I have visited that place in the past before it closed down quite a number of times. Yes,
I think once.
That was a great place.
It was an amazing club. It was my favorite club to go to, like as an 18-year-old. And so I remember having this really bizarre experience as a punter and looking up at the DJ decks being like, gosh, I really want to be behind there so bad. And then maybe like 2 months later, it was like my first set there, and I was like, oh my God, I'm behind the decks. This is
That's so cool. Downstairs or upstairs?
Downstairs.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
always downstairs. Yeah.
Yeah, because it had a bit more of an EDM vibe downstairs, didn't it? It was a bit more hip hop.
Yeah, and hip hop was upstairs.
Sorry?
Yeah. So always downstairs. But yeah, so that's
nice.
kind of how I started. That was like my I suppose, to the industry. It's just been 10 years of hard work and sleepless nights since then.
I'd love you to talk a bit more about that, because it's such a powerful message about, like, as a young person, like actually discovering what you really like, trying a whole lot of different things, and not necessarily saying, hey, I'm going to take this career path or that one. Can you, I've done some background research, and I know that was a big component of your life and kind of how you went about things, and it's very inspirational. So I'd love you to talk a bit more about that.
Thanks. I don't think it's inspirational, but looking back now as like 10 years on, I was pretty daring back then without really realizing. So I went to a selective high school in Sydney, and pretty much 98% of the girls in my year went on to university. And if they didn't, they probably just took a gap year before going to university. So I went to Sydney Uni and I wanted to become a dentist. So I started a science degree with the aim of doing the 3-year science degree and then like the 4 years of dentistry after that, and absolutely hated every minute of the science degree. Meanwhile, I'm like DJing in the background at like, friends' parties and like pubs, trying to like learn this crazy thing that I want to do. And so it was kind of really a weird time for me, because there was an expectation from, I suppose, my school and my peers, not necessarily my family. My family have always been uber supportive, just like do what you want and do what makes you happy, which is really cool. Go mum and dad. So all my friends were doing like law or med or finance. And so I was kind of, doing science, hating it, wanting to be a DJ, and feeling kind of unsure of like these big decisions that I had to make, I suppose. Anyway, when I had the opportunity to do Your Shot, it kind of confirmed that I may actually be good at DJing, which was really cool. And when that happened, I changed my university degree to a media and comms degree with a marketing sociology double major, because it was kind of much more aligned with what I was interested in. And as much as I thought, how cool would it be to be a dentist and a DJ, the trajectory for like the dedication that you need to become a dentist, like the time and the effort and the hours you need to put in, didn't really align with this awesome passion that I was developing for dance music. So I thought I'd chill out in a bit of a, more friendly arts communication degree, and then keep pursuing with my music. So that was the next 4 years. So I spent 5 years at uni all up. Oh my gosh. And like, I'm glad I did it, but it was a lot. Like, there were nights where I would be playing. I remember this one week in particular. I always tell this story because it just like encapsulates how crazy it was. I was playing in Melbourne Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night, and I had 9 a.m. shoots Thursday, Friday in Sydney. So I flew down to Melbourne on Wednesday, played, got back on the 6 a.m. flight, went to the 9 a.m. shoot, flew back down to Melbourne on Thursday, played, flew back to Sydney for the Friday shoot, flew back down to Melbourne again on the Friday night and played in Melbourne.
I feel tired just
I feel tired. I was not a happy camper by the end of that week.
I was hoping for like Zoom to be around back then by the sounds of things. You needed that desperately, not now.
Oh, yeah. Well, even Sydney Uni, like they were uber inflexible with everything. They were not. I should have gone to a different uni where they had like a lot more flexibility when it came to like, you know, helping people with their careers as well. So look, you live and you learn. But yeah, so I finished my degree and I had the opportunity to obviously go get like a real job like everyone else was doing. But I decided that I would just pursue my music and like continue with my music. And I'm so glad I did. And yeah, I've not looked back and have never worked for the man and hopefully will never. So yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you had the balls to take that leap, and obviously all of the people raving out there are also very, very glad to have you. You're obviously super talented, but was there ever a time when you thought, man, if I don't make it as a successful DJ, like is there a backup plan, or were you just kind of like all in all the time?
Yeah, there was no backup. I was in. I was going to become successful. There was no option.
Your teeth are straight enough to still like kind of do the dentistry. So I don't know.
You know what?
They're like white and like ugh.
They're actually my own teeth. Like so many people these days on Instagram are getting, what is it called?
Veneers.
Veneers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That scares me. I don't know. That just seems crazy. Anyway, the reason why I wanted to become a dentist, actually, I wanted to become an orthodontist, but that takes like 15 years to become an orthodontist.
Wow.
Was because my teeth were so bad before I had like my dental work done, and I had probably like 6 years of work done. So like 2 expansions, 3 years of braces. I had like 8 teeth removed. I've got a really small mouth, weird. But it changed my life and changed my confidence, and it made me so like, just changed my face and the way it looked, because I was always so nervous to smile. And it's really crappy feeling nervous to smile. So like the confidence and the way that my dentist and orthodontist changed my life was really cool. So that's why I wanted to do it.
Oh, cool. So it was kind of like that was the inspiration for dentistry.
Yeah, because I wanted to go and help people become like confident with their smiles.
That's amazing. That's so cool.
Yeah, but I don't think that will ever happen. No, I don't have the time and the dedication to go back and study that.
Do you have like a weird story from dentistry? Like, did you ever have to do like, what's it called, workplace experience, and see like all the ins and outs of someone's mouth?
So I only did 1 year at uni, so nothing at uni, but I did 2 weeks in year 10 of work work placement, and I went to like 2 different dentistries or dentist, what are they called?
We'll put that out to the
Dental
audience.
Dental practices.
There we go. Well done.
Dental practices. And yeah, I watched root canal. I watched teeth being extracted, basic cleans and things like that, obviously. Yeah, it was awesome. Really interesting. And obviously having been like in the system for ages myself and having all those years of like orthodontic work, I had seen just like so much change within my mouth, which was super cool. How did we get onto this?
I know. And I'm thinking, how do we get this back onto music?
How do we like swing back?
I need a segue, guys. I need a segue. All right, we just screw the segue. Let's get straight onto it. I want to know about the life of living a life with a stage name, right? Like, are you that famous where you're walking? Because I know you put your wig on and a certain like your outfits and all that. So you kind of your alter ego is on stage, but do people recognize you walking down the street and yell out from cars like, "Oh, play some music, Tigerlily"?
So that was actually part of the reason why I changed my hair back to like natural-ish, more natural than like blue or purple or pink, was because it was maybe 4 years ago. And things were super great with my career, which was awesome. But I'd actually just started a new relationship with the guy I'm with now, Scott. He has a name. And I was just feeling like people were like yelling at me all the time and getting photos and like, which is awesome because I love talking to people and everyone's so nice. For the most part, people are always really polite and like not rude. However, it was kind of weird. There were lots of situations where we'd be eating at a restaurant and people would just come up and ask for photos. And I found that quite invasive. And so I made the decision to, change my hair back to a color that was a little bit more subtle, and so I was a little bit less recognizable in the street, and it definitely worked because now when I've got my wigs on, like people will maybe, if I'm on my way to a show or in the city or something like that, people will always come and say hi and ask for photos. But they're a true fan when they come and ask when I look like this. They're like OG fan because they know what my face looks like. They know what my hair looks like naturally.
They know your teeth. They know your
they
mouth.
know the teeth.
That small mouth or whatever you want to say. I love it. Meg, what's your stage name going to be when you become famous from this podcast?
Well, my stage name would be like DJ Sunshine.
That's cute.
DJ Suns.
What about cut the DJ and you can just be like Sunny?
Oh,
Sunshine.
Yeah.
I think actually,
I like that.
yeah, that's kind of cute. DJ Sunshine.
One of the best things, like Meg is just smile central. Like she brings so much positivity. We have
another set of great teeth as well, may I say.
Yeah. We have a lot of happy people around here at Tropeaka, and that's what we hire on. But Meg's at a whole new level. She is sunshine.
Sometimes I find it hard not to smile.
How are you so happy? What's your secret?
Just be grateful to be alive.
Oh, that's
Love that.
awesome.
That's
what
all,
happens when you have a down day?
Oh, same thing. Write down a gratitude list. Just remember the little things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
Can we be friends? Yes. I love being friends with positive people. It's amazing.
Yeah. For sure.
Really, it makes such a difference. I feel like when your friends are super mopey, it rubs off on you. So it's awesome when your friends are just like stoked and positive all the time.
Yeah.
100%. Massive blessing.
Hang on. So when you're hiring, the first question is, how happy are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
Did I answer that question?
Yeah. We left that one off. No, you can just tell people's vibe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, even when you come in for an interview, we give an interview advice here. Even when you come in for an interview and it's like, and you got this opportunity to work at an amazing company, and we have an exceptional company culture, and I have the staff to really thank for that, and Hannah, head of operations here, and just everyone in general, such amazing company culture. And when you have the opportunity to even just interview for that, and if you're not like able to come and bring your A game in terms of like I'm positive, like I'm here to like I recognize that this is a blessing and I'm going to be blessed out of it. And you kind of want to feel that vibe from someone. It like you can't understate the importance of a first interaction with someone, and that's why having such a big smile and whatnot is such a positive thing in life.
100%. You know what? You'd like just hit the nail on the head there. When I hired my last employee, it was tricky because I had 10 interviews with like people, and they were all good and they all had good resumes. The reason I hired her was because she smiled, she looked me in the eye, shook my hand, and used my name. And just all those things about vibe and like wanting to like create a connection with like eye contact and stuff was like so important for me. And it's paid off in leaps and bounds because she's amazing. But so many people these days will like look away or not shake your hand or like, turn their body away from you. So things like that are just like so important.
Yeah.
So cool. I mean, it's even you were talking about before, and I've heard you talk in the past about like, yeah, like I did my university degree, but I wasn't like overly pumped about doing it. Like when people ask me about my university degree, I call it a bachelor of a piece of paper, like majoring in
what did you do?
A bachelor of shit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Could literally be that. Business administration, international studies at Macquarie.
Yeah, cool.
Which didn't teach me how to run a business. It just teaches you how to be an employee, not employer.
Yeah.
But anyway, I only say that, and I heard your opinion on your degree as well, and it reminds me like when people come in, we don't like. I've looked at like 2 resumes.
Yeah.
Like I don't care about a resume. I care about someone's attitude. Obviously, like people need to have experience in the right areas and whatnot. But like what you just said there, like those 4 points or whatever about like eye contact, shaking hands, smile, that vibe, like.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Man, you can just tell so much from someone on, obviously not everything, but you can tell so much from someone on their kind of first interaction, especially when they know that they're coming in for an interview.
Yeah. I actually remember coming into the interview with my resume, and I was like, you didn't even look at it. I'm not going to get the job.
I put so much work into this piece of paper. Oh my God.
You you've got to rebeat your resume like every 2-3 years. And I was like, oh my goodness, I spent all this time on it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, how good. Thank God you got the job.
Yeah, I'm loving these podcasts because we are so, like, we've got a script here and we have gone the complete opposite twice now.
I love that though. That's awesome. Like if you're just like doing 1, 2, 3, 4 question, it's just like a bit boring. It's great.
For sure. I want to know about, you made an interesting point earlier about like, hey, this whole COVID has challenges, like made me realize I need to like slow things down and it calm down in terms of how I do life and I do work. And then I thought, like, when you go to like Europe, you go to a Mykonos, Ibiza, or you're over in the States or whatever, can you actually kind of combine the two? Can you work and still feel like a tourist? Or is it like, hey, I'm there for business and that's it?
You can definitely combine the two. However, touring is phenomenally exhausting. And it's phenomenally exhausting when you're kind of at my level of being a DJ. Like I don't own private jets to like zip me around from A to B. So like it's quite inaccessible in regards to like Mykonos, like Eos. Those islands can be so hard to get to and they take like a whole day to get to them. And generally you've got to show the next day somewhere else in a totally different country. So because like you're on quite a tight time schedule and the traveling is so tiring, it is difficult to be a tourist. However, I do always make sure when I'm like in Greece or in Italy to take a couple of days off like either side of what's happening because those places are just so amazing. And whether it is just lying in the villa by the pool and having a swim and getting some sun, or going on a hike to like a private beach, or going snorkeling, or whatever it might be, visiting a local restaurant, I do try and do bits and pieces. But I did find like maybe when I first started touring internationally, like maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I would try and be a tourist too and like get great content, experience all these things, and then perform. And it just drove me insane because I was constantly disappointed with myself. Like, I missed this and I missed this and I didn't get the opportunity to do this. So now I have the total opposite attitude. Number 1, play the show. That's like the first thing. Number 2, get as much sleep as possible. Number 3, do a bit of exercise and or try and eat healthy. And that's all I care about. Like, don't care about visiting anything. Don't care about whatever. It's just like get your work done well and then try and look after your health. Number 2, because you can go back to those places, and make time and actually enjoy it as a tourist, because there's a big difference between being a tourist and being relaxed and, working.
Well, let's pause the podcast for a second. Just a quick announcement. Firstly, thank you so much for tuning into the hashtag WHODIS podcast so far. Just a quick reminder, remember to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future episodes, and don't forget to share it with your friends. You can also find us at Tropeaka on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, pretty much all over the web for all of your health and fitness inspo, along with a whole lot of fun. So what was the longest like flight haul, if it even was a flight? I don't know. It could be like a boat or like a, anything crossing the water. Yeah, canoe. You might have traveled in a canoe across the world. What was like the longest haul you've done to get somewhere?
That's such a good question. I've done some crazy journeys, some crazy like journeys that were meant to be like 5 hours and have turned out to be 24 hours. But I did fly to New York for 2 days to shoot for the magazine Teen Vogue a couple years ago, which was crazy. So it's like 24 hours in total to get to New York. And I was there 2 days and then flew back. And then I went to Korea last year for 8 hours. And then back home to Sydney. And I didn't even go direct. We stopped off in Singapore because that's what like the only flights were, because I was booking so last minute. And there's been times in Europe where flights have been cancelled. So I've had to like catch a boat from I think it was like Italy to Croatia, and then like get a plane to Greece. And so it ends up being literally like a whole day, 24 hours worth of travel. And you're like pulling up to the club, doing your makeup in the car, throwing the wig on in the car, like running to get on stage because you're just, exhausted and late from like this crazy ass journey. So there's been a lot of that.
Yeah, that's intense. So you don't really enjoy plane flights anymore, do you?
I love plane flights when I'm going on holidays.
Yeah.
Like went to Japan right at the start of this year to go skiing, and it was gorgeous. I upgraded myself to business. I had a glass of wine. I read my books. I was loving I was by myself as well, which is so nice when you travel just to like not talk to anyone and switch off. But yeah, look, it's not great when you're like traveling for work and you have to go straight to the club after the 24-hour flight.
What do you do from that? Like, you finish a set at like 3 a.m. and then you've got to fly out. There's not like a 4 a.m. flight, right? So what are you doing for those few hours normally? Do you just kind of hang out in the back of the club or something in the street, or what do you do?
Yeah, it so depends. Like if I'm by myself or like just with my tour manager, we'll probably go back to the hotel, take a shower, maybe like do a quick medi. If we have 30 minutes, we'll have like a sleep and then straight to the airport. But like New York's coming up a lot in this podcast. I was in New York maybe last year and I was with my tour manager and one of my best friends. And so we just drank heaps of champagne in the club and went straight to the airport from the club. So not advisable, but definitely fun.
Did you get any eyes while you were walking on the plane? They've got to check you haven't.
Yes, there have been multiple times, especially in places like, Vegas and things where you're like running straight to the airport from the club.
Okay, I promise.
I swear I'm okay. Let me on the plane.
Out of 10, how drunk were you?
That time, not that drunk, maybe 5, but there have been occasions where it's been 8.
Yeah.
That's not advisable. Or 10. Definitely not advisable.
No.
That sounds pretty wild. And
Yep.
speaking of, on a scale of 1 to 10 again, how wild would you say that your lifestyle as a DJ is or has been so far?
I think that everyone thinks it's like 15 out of 10, but it's not. It's like 2
Caleb,
out of
I
10.
asked Caleb this. He was like, oh, it's so 14. I was like, I feel like she has this balance and it's going to be a 7 or 8. So.
Well, so I was like thinking about, wild things that I've done in my career or, things that I've seen. And it's crazy because you just kind of get a little bit detached from it because lots of weird things happen because I'm in kind of weird environments a lot and they just become normal. So for me, I feel like my life is like 5 out of 10 wild, but maybe to my friends, it's like 8 out of 10. But it's all relative compared to who you ask.
Yeah.
If I was to ask, who are those American guys, the jackass guys?
Yeah.
If I was to be like, how wild's my life? They'd be like 1.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Well, look, we've got a little bit of wildness coming up later in the podcast with Spirulina shots, but this goes into the segment we've got today, which is Let's Get Wild. We thought we can't have a DJ on our podcast and not actually talk about some of the fun, crazy stories that possibly would have happened in your life. And look, we're also making it healthy as well. We are a health food company, so we've got some other wild questions as well to be a little more tame. But we want this segment to be one of those segments where you leave this building, so you got to answer straight away. We're going to hit you with questions. You got to answer straight away. We want you to walk out of this building and be like, crap, I should not have said that. That's the segment
I did that in an interview the other day and I really regretted it. I had like anxiety for a week about it.
Alrighty, so look, you don't have to drop names here, but or maybe, I don't know, who knows. Who is the wildest celebrity you've ever partied with?
Oh my God, I'm not dropping names, but I will say that I DJ in Vegas a lot and there are a lot of big celebrity actors, chefs, singers, rappers, DJs, of course, that come through and do really crazy stuff. And especially if you're playing, like supporting another really big DJ, which I've done quite a lot of over there, they have like a lot of really famous friends. So you turn around and there's like someone that you've seen from the movies and you're just like, whoa. So yeah, there has been a lot of that, but I'm not going to be one of those DJs to drop names. So there has been some fun times, but they are kept under wraps. Sorry to unwild your wild segment.
Oh, we got more questions, don't worry.
So what is the wildest thing you've seen whilst traveling the world as a DJ? You're not allowed to think.
Is the wrong answer.
Can it be a bit rude?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was DJing a party once and it was like a foam festival thing. And I saw a couple actually having sex in the foam pit Yep. And it was confirmed later by a video that went viral on Instagram, or maybe it was Facebook back then. Yep. And so that was really confronting. And I wasn't in the video, thank goodness. But the reason why I knew it was because it was my set and I could hear my music being played in the background. And I was like, oh my God, this is not okay.
Play the video without that sounds, please.
So people, please don't do that.
Were
Please
you doing like a
refrain.
remix of like Sexual Healing or one of those songs or something? What was the
even.
song? Oh, Let's Get Down by Superfly.
I think it was like literally like Teenage Crime or something like that. And like nothing like sexy anyway. Lol.
Do you have nightmares of bubble baths? You get in a bubble bath and you think about that time.
Close your eyes, everyone. Wouldn't recommend that, kids. Please stay safe.
Well, look, our next question, I think you just answered it. What's one of your wildest memories from your career so far? But it doesn't have to be maybe something, even like how you talked before about like that long trip to Tokyo and back or whatever it might be.
I had a guy tip a bucket of dollar bills on my head in America once while I was DJing. And I was like, please don't. Like, I don't want to, you know, that money thing that they do where they like, you know, throw it like out to the crowd. And so I was like, nah, that's so not me. I was like, no, please don't. Please. My tour manager was like, no, please don't. And then he just like got this massive bucket, put all the dollar bills in there and was like, wow, over the decks in the DJ booth. And I was just standing there with like these dollar bills falling around me. And I was like, am I a stripper right now? Like, what's going on? I'm literally DJing for this crowd and the crowd's looking at me like, wow. Oh my God. So yeah, that was really interesting.
Maybe it's their way of giving tips or something. I don't know, to DJs. And
Yeah, maybe.
That could be true.
Who knows?
that just reminds me, is it Blink-182 who did they ran through the streets in their film clip and they threw money. Is it Blink? I don't know. I think it is.
Was it Blink?
Yeah. Is it In All the Small Things?
I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah, I'm
film
not sure.
clip. I don't know.
Yeah, can't
people playing along at
confirm.
home and getting on Google, YouTube and being like, this guy's an idiot.
Next.
All right, moving on. What's like a wild vegan combo or food that you've tried that you enjoy? That's just super weird.
I know, 'cause this is kind of like what pregnant women like. But like pickles on everything is amazing. So like pickles and ice cream, pickles and Vegemite and avocado on like a cracker. Oh my God, so good. So pickles go with a lot of things that you might not think, sweet and or
What
savory.
about like pickles with Vegemite?
Yeah. So good. So good.
I feel pregnant now.
Actually, so do I. Try it. Like, don't hate on it before you try it. It's amazing. Oh my God. I don't know what it is. I never even liked pickles as a kid. I would like avoid them at all costs. But hey, they work.
Are you talking about like these green pickles or the fermented? What's it called? There's like fermented.
The ones in the
pickle.
jar.
The ones in the jar and the one, like the mini cucumber-y ones, like that are like this big. And so like, you can eat them whole, which I also do.
Yeah.
Or you can like slice them up. Pickles with hot sauce.
Oh, that actually sounds all right. Yeah.
There you go.
Might try that after.
Pickles with pump
Boy,
protein.
Dara, those
I don't know.
pickles, I'm telling you.
Oh my God. I've not tried them with the protein yet. I'll try that maybe later.
That's a feedback. Or spirulina later today. I don't know. Do you have pickles in your Jeep out there? Just do a run and go get some.
Oh my God.
Megan, you attempted this question earlier today, and what'd you say? Wild rabbits. So the question is, do you have any wild habits or rituals? But then we
Oh, a
started
wild
talking about
rabbit.
rabbits. So firstly, do you have a wild rabbit that you've kept? Because I know you want an animal sanctuary. But
Yes, I would love a rabbit. Oh my gosh, but I don't think a rabbit and a cat would go well.
Oh, can you train them together?
Maybe if you've got them both as like bunny and kitten, it'd be okay.
Isn't the cliche like Tom and Jerry, rabbit and mouse?
Yeah.
Wait, no, cat and mouse.
Cat
sorry.
and mouse, yeah.
I don't know where a rabbit. Does rabbits have enemies? I don't know.
Humans?
Bugs. Who does he hate?
Now I'm thinking of Bugs Bunny.
Oh, I don't know. Wild habits. Gotcha.
Yeah, or rituals.
Yeah, rituals.
Like you got to put on one sock before your show or something like that.
No, but I'm a serial napper. So like I'll go to bed and just sleep for an hour and I'm really quick at getting ready. Like I'm express. I can be ready from bed to club in 15 minutes.
Wow.
That's like full makeup, wig, outfit, everything. Yeah, I'm really good. So I'll say the show's at midnight. I'll like sleep till like 11:15, get up from my nap, 15 minutes to get ready, bam, straight to the club, onto the decks. And sometimes it'll be like half an hour earlier, I'd been in bed asleep and then I'm like on stage performing. It's pretty crazy. And like people are like, oh, you're having a good night. What have you been doing? I've been asleep. Sorry.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to start practicing every morning.
You do that every morning now in ISO. You just wake up 30 minutes
that's
before work.
true.
Everyone's
That's true,
doing
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
you don't look as good
absolutely.
now after that, Dara, do you? Everyone's doing 8:50 wake up, 9 a.m. Zoom calls.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Computer like video is off for that one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of, what's the wildest outfit you've ever worn?
Oh my gosh, I wore this one. So I used to DJ at Ivy in Sydney when it was back in the day when it was Pasha, and I had my own show there called Kiss My Tigerlily, which the guys from Square Division like designed and like created alongside me, which was epic. Anyway, for Halloween one night there, I wore this like Pink Panther outfit, and so it was pink latex, and it was like a G-string leotard, but like very high cut on the front as well as the back. So the front kind of came up over my hip bones, and then the leotard started above my hip bones and was like long sleeve pink latex. And I was wearing like dance pants, like tight, you know, like the dance stockings underneath it, so you couldn't see anything, but it was very risque. And I got some interesting comments on social media after wearing that outfit. Oh my god, but hey, it looked hot. Just risky.
We'll put it on post-production as an overlay on the YouTube, just for everyone playing along at home.
I'll send you it across. I have it on my computer.
Nice.
Love it. All right, so let's talk a bit more about your music today. So you've got Take You Back, Get Down. So you're releasing tracks this year.
Yeah.
Run us through how you're doing things. I mean, you've got amazing longevity in the industry already. It's what, like 10 years, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So talk us through where you're at with your music career at the moment. Where do you find inspiration for new music? How does that all kind of go down?
Yeah, so I'm really happy about where I'm at musically at the moment. I speak about this a lot because I know a lot of artists have the same problem. I've had a lot of problems with record labels in the past, blocking a lot of stuff. Like, you know, I'd write 10 tracks and they'd all just not ever be released. So like on my SoundCloud, if you go in, there's like so many unreleased songs just sitting there, which will never see the light of day, which kind of, it's like the same for every artist, but it kind of breaks your heart in like the dance music industry where like songs have very short shelf life and they need to be released quickly. Anyway, I am working so well with my label now, which is amazing. And I've got so much music coming out this year. I'll probably have like maybe 10 songs out by the end of the year, which is awesome. So like a combo of like dance songs, which Take You Back and Get Down alike. And then I'm also working with a couple of like really young, awesome vocalists at the moment on more pop inspired songs.
Do you need a singer?
Cool.
Because
can you sing?
No, Caleb over here has been singing all week.
Please,
Can you?
please,
Give us a little
don't,
rendition of something.
Don't,
La la la.
well, I've got. I'll give it to you a little bit. It's actually a good segue for later because we're doing this as part of Spirulina Shots. So
I'm nervous for that.
I'll give you my horrible singing. I like to embarrass myself,
Okay,
so
great.
let's give it a go. But we got to do a duet.
Yes,
and you're an
that's
opera
right.
singer, so you should be.
Are you?
I like to opera sing in my spare time.
As in, like, are you joking?
It's just like a weird little hobby I've had since like high school.
Can you do it right
I
now?
have such a high-pitched voice and I just tried it one day and I was like, oh, cool.
Go.
Can you do it?
Hold on, let me have some water. Caleb,
I don't know
told
if
you
you're
not to
being
bring
serious or not.
I'll give you my opera singing attempt after you, if you want. Oh, so good.
Okay, let's go.
I think I'll break the mic.
You'll be fine.
I'm
Just
going to watch
come
it
back a
on the
bit.
meter right here, and I'll tell you if
Okay,
you broke
ready?
it. Woo!
Oh my god! High five, girlfriend! Holy moly! Wow! I didn't believe you.
I've heard that a few times and I'm impressed every
They
time.
make me do it all the time, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, maybe I can work that into a track. You've
Wow.
inspired me.
I'll be your manager. I want 20%. All right? Don't let Dara screw you over on this. She's a good businesswoman, all right?
Oh my God. Wow. That is insane. I'm blown away.
Thanks. And that was opera singing with DJ Sunshine.
Yes, literally. Hey, there's maybe something, you're maybe onto something there.
Hello.
We'll see.
Back to inspo though. I think like I get inspo from traveling a lot and listening to what other DJs are playing.
Yep.
I'm super into like Brazilian bassy kind of stuff at the moment, which is kind of what like Take You Back and Get Down sound like. Well, there's like elements of like Brazilian bass music in that. And I suppose I started listening to DJs when I was overseas and hearing them play this like super cool sound of music and getting really inspired. Much the same as like my sets. My sets are super accessible and like really party vibe. So I play like a heap of like kind of heavy dance music, but then a heap of vocal stuff, pop stuff, throwbacks, bit of rock. Like I'm really mash it up. And yeah, I suppose I saw like DJs that I looked up to doing a similar thing and just absolutely like tearing the house down at these massive festivals. So definitely got inspiration, from like fellow artists in the industry.
Did your family ever get like pissed off at you for practicing at home or anything?
Well, so
Or your neighbours.
Yeah.
Or your neighbours.
Well, so I don't live at home anymore, but my parents did used to, I think, get a bit annoyed because I would practice for hours in my bedroom. But my neighbours now are so cool. I've been doing some live sets from home and I've been giving them advance notice for when I'm going to do a live set. And like they'll send me videos of their kids dancing in the garden to it. Or like my other neighbour, like she just comes over and like listens to it. She loves it. So it's awesome.
That's so cool. It almost reminds me of, did you see like with Italy when they went into lockdown and there was dudes on like the balcony like pumping out tunes?
So cool. There were so many amazing videos coming out from like Italy and Spain with stuff like that. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was really, really, really cool.
What's
Where do
one of your...
Meg, go on.
Interrupts me.
No, you go, sorry.
What's one of your favourite tracks that really resonates with you? Like favorite of all time?
That's a really hard question. I hate that question. Like it depends. If you mean for listening, one of my favorite all-time dance listening tracks is probably like Strobe by Deadmau5. I always say that's my like number one go-to track. But like,
can you give us a beat just for everyone listening who doesn't know?
Oh, it's kind of hard to sing it. You don't want
I
to
think
sing
that's
that.
better than I thought you were. Actually. I'm like, how do you like repeat
Strobe?
EDM music? Like, God.
But then like, I love like my favorite band is Yellow Card. I love 660 from New Zealand. Those guys are amazing. But then like when I'm playing in the club, I'm not playing any of that music. One of my favorite songs to play is Calabria. DJs called Firebeats did a remix of like the original Destination Calabria, which is dun
that
dun,
song.
dun dun dun
Alex
dun
Galdini?
dun
yes.
dun.
Galdini?
Yeah,
It's such a vibe.
That
Yeah.
is such a good song.
No, yeah. So stuff like that, when there's a really great remake of an old song, yeah, I vibe with that kind of stuff.
Well, we're getting onto that because we have a segment for you today. So we have Spirulina shots, and we've run Spirulina shots last few weeks. Meg, how have we gone?
Well, we've had our downs, a lot.
You've had your downs. I
a lot
had
of
an up,
shots
thank
going
you.
down for sure on our behalf. But we have had our ups, I think, on episode 2 and 3 with Lady Lawless and Cherie. They both did one, if I'm
You did
correct.
the other one.
Yeah, so
Well, I think that I'm probably going to do all of them today.
well,
I don't have any faith in myself, so I'm really nervous. I think this is going to be difficult.
do you usually take Spirulina?
Yeah, I put it in my smoothies. I don't do it. I don't do it straight.
Oh, you're not a psychopath. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Wonderful. All right, we got that one sorted for today. That's lovely.
I tried at the start of my health journey to be like, I need this every day, and I was like, nah, I'm sorry, can't do it. So now I hide it.
All right, so those listening at home, this is how Spirulina shots works. Normally what we do is we have an influencer and we go through their IG, we pick out a photo, Meg and I, and we describe it. If they guess it right, then we have to do a spirulina shot. If we guess it wrong, then if they guess it wrong, the influencer, then they have to do a spirulina shot. Now you're an international music sensation. We're not going to be labeling you as an influencer. We were like, man, we're going to go through Dara's songs and pick out and do this differently. Pick out a song each that you've produced.
Yep.
And then we're going to get a line from each of the songs and repeat the line to you 3 times straight away. And then you need to say that line from your song backwards within 10 seconds without making a mistake. Now, it sounds dumb. It's kind of dumb,
really
but it's fun.
difficult.
It's goofy,
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a 10-word sentence.
No.
We've been a bit nice, yeah.
Yeah,
What do we do? Take you back.
No, we're not. We've got a song already. So.
Back you take. Done. Don't need to do it.
Get down, get.
Down, get.
All right, we're set.
I wish I didn't write any vocal songs.
So just to give you guys an example, if it's still not clear for people at home, so an example is Outcast Miss Jackson. So I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. I can't sing. So
Is that how long the line's going to be?
No, that's actually a little bit too long, but I've got it here so I can say back. So it'd be like, real for MI, Jackson, Miss, sorry, I'm. But trust me, we made it shorter. Don't worry. We road tested at this ourselves. And we're like, we got to make it workable.
Kind of doable.
Meg,
Okay.
Meg, do you want to run through, just for those who haven't seen this before, Spirulina and all about Spirulina?
All right. So if you're a newbie to Spirulina, it's basically a badass superfood, and we do not recommend doing this at home unless you're a professional. It's basically an algae, and if you've been swimming in a creek before, you probably would have know what the taste of it is a bit like.
It tastes like river.
Mixed with tadpole.
Yeah, literally. Oh my God. We need to have the song Shots.
Everybody.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, look, can you make that happen with the record producer so we don't get sued
Little
by putting
Joe,
it up?
please.
You got him on your phone, surely.
Yeah.
So, we're ready for it. So look, hey,
Okay.
don't be afraid of spirulina. As we said, like, we all take it. I'm a little bit of a psychopath. I do have it in shots occasionally. I know Meg does as well. But the best way to put it, it's like the most nutrient-dense superfood on the planet. So just put a little bit of it in a smoothie. You won't taste it. It will help you kick ass in the day and conquer the day the healthy way.
She's already got her shot lined up in front of her.
She's given up.
I'm ready. I've given up. I know I'm going to fail. I'm going to have to do it.
No one's even done that.
You know what? I'm not an avid shot taker. Like, I don't do shots of alcohol just because they don't set well with me. So look, it's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
It looks like absinthe.
Do you want to know how much I put in there?
A teaspoon.
Oh, no.
How much?
Sucker.
2 whole heaped tablespoons. 2
In each one?
You actually fit it.
How?
I blended it together in a
Okay,
blender
so
with
one's got
little
each.
water. So it's probably, evened out to
tablespoon each.
about
So
a
it's like
tablespoon each. Yeah.
Ooh.
So look, you could
Okay.
you could paint a wall with that. It's that
Yeah.
thick.
Great. Bring it on.
Finger painting.
All righty.
Guys, I'm nervous.
So you should be.
Yeah.
So I've got my bell here, and we're going to give you 10 seconds to answer each one. At the end of 10 seconds, I'm going to ding the bell.
Okay, so you say it 3 times.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, let's do it. Bring it on.
All right, so we're here. We're ready. We got the first song.
Let's go.
Pressure's on.
Me,
She's
me,
already
me, me.
given up.
Guys, I am ready to do this shot.
All right, so I picked this song because I love the original. I love like some filthy Euro songs. Like, so this one's Dancehall, Pump It Up. That's the original, but you
Yep.
did the remix of
Yep.
it, which I love as well.
Thanks.
So are you ready? The line is
My
from this
heart's
song.
actually racing. I'm so nervous.
So I'm going
Yep.
to say it 3 times,
Yep.
and then you got to say it backwards. And you got 10 seconds.
Cool.
1, 2, 3. Don't you know, pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. Go.
Up, it, pump. No, you don't.
Yes! I knew she'd get it. She went to a selective school.
Oh my God.
Yeah, why don't we think of this? You're super smart.
This needed to be like a whole like verse or something.
Wait. How about for the next one we do like a...
Taking some water.
That was harder than your one. Your one's even easier.
I'm shaking. Oh.
Can we do like a double or nothing on the next one?
Okay,
you have to
whatever,
take
but I'm not doing
two
this.
or
She's
nothing.
too smart.
Okay.
Do you, wow, how'd you
Wow.
agree to that? That's impressive.
Why not? You said it was
Okay.
easier.
All right.
Hang
No,
on,
wait, but how
are
does
you doing a
no?
shot?
Because double or nothing is me. Yeah, we'll do the shot together, like typical. We'll split it. But I don't think double or nothing works because that means that. Oh no, we got
No,
some
I
backups
prepared.
there.
There's
we got
6
more.
waiting,
We got
yeah.
more out the back. Okay, so does it mean that we do double? So you do 2, I do 2.
Yeah,
But if she gets this wrong, then Dara
she's
does
got to
2.
do 2. Yeah.
Is
And
that the deal?
How many
Yeah.
do you do? Just one?
I'm definitely doing 1, but I'll
Okay.
do 2 as
Yeah,
double
cool.
or nothing.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
Oh wait, no. That means I'm supporting you. I'm putting all my faith in you.
No,
Why did
why
I
don't we
agree
just
with
do it?
this?
Okay, so if this is double or nothing,
Okay.
Yeah.
either you do 2 or
Okay,
I
yeah.
do 2 and you're just doing 1.
That sounds beautiful.
Great.
Sweet.
Okay, here we go.
Wait, got
I
time.
secretly
Am
want
I
to make
timing?
this harder.
Yeah.
You can't change it right
No,
now.
you're too smart for us.
Should I add
Dara.
in the other line?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
we literally said this. We're like, she's bloody smart. She went to a selective school. Like, we needed to say this in ancient Hebrew or something. That's what we needed to
Latin,
do.
yep, sweet.
Latin. Can we? Do you want me to time? Oh no,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm working off this. I've got the
Okay,
timer on the
sweet.
computer.
Approximate, stretchy seconds.
No way. I think I'm cutting it at 8 seconds.
Yeah,
of
can we
being
do
done.
less seconds? I think 7.
Okay, you can do
7.
less seconds, but keep it original.
Because it's double or nothing. We'll give you.
Shit.
Oh,
Let's just, come on, let's do it. Come on, guys.
yeah. All right, here we go.
All right, so this next song is called Ashes, and this is a Noah Neiman remix. It's kind of like, it's really like chill, feel good
Yeah.
sort of vibe, which I really like about it. Okay, so the lines for this one is, I need someone to breathe, don't know what to believe.
Oh, shut up.
But-
As if I'm going to get that.
No,
But I'm going to say these really fast. The only words you have to say is, don't know what to believe, don't know what to believe, don't know what to believe. Go.
Believe, to, what, no, don't.
All right,
my gosh.
I need to get Kate, our producer, here to get the other Spirulina shot because we don't even have enough Spirulina shots.
We should have done
That
5
was
seconds.
impressive. We suck.
That was
Like we
so
did this
good.
last
I'll
week.
tell you how I did it.
Okay, yeah.
I did it on my hands. Don't know what to believe. And then obviously believe is the first one. And then I'd run from like don't know what to, don't know what, don't know, don't.
Even that, I'm like, I would be confused. I'd be like,
Yeah.
which finger did I do?
We're amateurs.
Oh, what a champion.
Come on, bring it on, let's go.
Alrighty.
You have to do 2 though.
I have to cheers myself.
Kate, get Kate, the producer, to she
Come
can
on,
film
Kate.
it. She can film it.
I thought she was going to do one.
Oh, you want to do one with us?
All right.
Okay,
All
guys.
right, in the middle.
Oh my God, I'm fully
Now,
shaking. That was
by
nerve-wracking.
the way, Dara G, you're a good sport to start
Yeah.
with.
Hey,
and,
well
done.
and I expect you to be talking to your music promoters and getting this happening in clubs when we get out of lockdown, all right? So,
Spirulina and vodka?
yeah, why not? Toxins in, toxins out. Cheers.
Uh-oh.
And then no, wait, you got to smile. Smile to the camera.
Hung out.
That green teeth.
Oh, God, get the dregs as well.
Oh, like I love Tropeaka, but gosh, that tastes so bad.
emptying these out of my girl.
I'm out
Oh
of
my
water
God,
as well.
you're a psychopath.
So good. I really wasn't expecting
That is
Creams.
tadpoles, yeah.
It's like Aussie Creek, tadpole, bit of crocodile.
Yeah.
You,
all of it.
I was listening to I think it was the Kick Pod.
Ah, yeah.
Shout out to those girls. They do an amazing
Yeah.
job. I think you were mentioning in it you used to go camping or something like that as a young person.
Yeah.
So did you ever go swimming in creeks and lakes and
we did lots of that.
catch tadpoles?
Yeah, we actually had tadpoles at our house. So where I grew up, there was like a big kind of swampy national parky area near it. Yeah. So we used to go catch tadpoles and have them turn into frogs in our fish tank, which was so cool. But yeah, like we never went to like holiday destinations that were like, you know, the big theme parks on the Gold Coast, what all my friends were doing. We'd go hiking in the snowy mountains. And like my parents wouldn't even do car camping. Like we're going camping this weekend with a car, right? So we've got like a nice tent and a nice mattress and all this stuff. It was like your backpack and that was it. And like one day my dad stuffed up the directions and so we took a wrong turn like in the middle of the Victorian high country. So then we had to go an extra day and ration all our food out. And I remember we had like cruscuts. And so we had to have like live off cruscuts and like mandarins for the last day. Oh my God. Yeah. Cray. So yeah, plenty of drinking and swimming and living in creeks.
Yeah. Wow.
Where was your craziest family holiday?
My parents are crazy. So like when I was like 12, we backpacked around Vietnam for a month. And then we also did Africa when I was like 19. And of course we go bushwalking and camping in Africa. So we did like 3 weeks of safari and in Botswana. And we found this company that like you have like a safari van, but you camp like in the desert, bush, whatever it's called. So the first morning I woke up, mum and dad were in a tent together. I was in a tent with my sisters. Oh no, my sisters were together and I was by myself. And I hear this like big, stompy, scary noise outside and this like branches ruffling. And I open my tent window and there's like an elephant like where you are, right next to my tent, eating from the tree.
That's so cool.
It's cool when you're telling the story, but like back then I was like, oh my God. Like I just like sat there like, don't freak. It knows you're a tent. It's not going to sit on you.
It knows you're a tent. That's my favorite.
Like scary. Like elephants are amazing, but they're also terrifying. Like we went to a watering hole one day. We're in the car and we accidentally scared one of the babies and the mums got so angry because with the engine, when he turned the engine off, the baby got a fright and they started like coming at the car, these massive elephants. And so he just was like, reverse, and was like looking backward like, and me and my sisters were like, no. So yeah, we've done some crazy stuff.
Some close to death experiences.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. There's been some interesting things where I'm like, yep, this is the end of my life. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
What's one thing that you learned from traveling and just being on so many adventures?
You don't need much to get by. So it makes me super appreciative for all the luxurious things we have in our house. Even like the other day when there were the big storms after the fires, we didn't have power for a month in our house. And we live in Balmain, right? In the middle of the city. Yeah. And so cold showers for a month, like, you know, I was like cooking on the Barbie. That was it. And it was like, wow, you really actually don't need that much to live and to live healthily. So it makes me appreciative of all the things like, you know, everything that we just take for granted, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're so lucky, aren't we? It's really just the little things. Even in ISO, you just realize like it's literally just the little things that matter.
Absolutely.
That we take for granted sometimes.
Totally. Yeah. Oh my God. Having access to like healthy food. Yeah. My God. Like in Africa, I lost so much weight. I wasn't vegan back then and like wasn't necessarily health conscious, but like the food was really gross. It's just like meat stew all the time. So like I was living off rusks and like bananas. And so like even just then being on like a holiday and not having access to like healthy food was a wake up call because I was like, oh my God, we're so lucky. Give me all the everythings.
Yeah, it's a bit of a, it's funny what we take for granted if someone came like from 200 years ago now and it's like I go up to the supermarket to buy food that just exists there. And it's not until you have like something like a pandemic and the world kind of implodes that you kind of see like these massive systems are quite fragile that we take for granted that are just the incredible blessing that we all should be so grateful for, that we have access to food at like just by, we have a car firstly to go up to a place where we buy this stuff that keeps us alive that actually tastes amazing and isn't going to give us disease. And then
Yeah.
we have fresh water, clean water that comes from a pipe. We have hot water that comes out of a shower.
Hashtag grateful for hot water.
Yes.
Thank God our power isn't off right now. Oh my goodness. Cold showers in winter, not fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. It also makes you realize how reliant we are on these really fragile systems. So like I would love to be a bit less reliant. Like when we move into a bigger house, have a mad ass veggie patch, all that kind of stuff. Just because we don't have anything like that right now.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I actually want to talk a little bit about that and your wellness routines and whatnot, because it's something that you do take very seriously.
Yeah.
But you also live a balanced life, which is also really cool and very important. So talk us through how you, like with your busy schedule and your crazy life, how do you keep well from everything like little like lifestyle changes, even beauty tips, biohacking, the food that you eat? Run us through everything.
So I think the first thing is to like, I'm a serial stressor. So to like not stress about all this health stuff, because I have some friends that are like uber healthy, like they won't put any chemical on their skin or they wouldn't drink alcohol, say. But like that's also not living a very fun life. So I think the most important thing is to have a balance with everything that you do and not stress about being too healthy, because I feel like people can get into like a stress bubble of having to be super healthy. I think for me, the first and foremost, like the most important thing is sleep. I sleep so much. Like I'm like a 9-hour-a-night gal, and my body is just so reliant on that sleep. So I'm definitely in the wrong industry, but that's okay. Just, you know, I nap a lot, I suppose, when I'm working. Definitely the diet is a massive thing. I'm not sure if you've heard me talk about my smoothies, but like I do a massive green smoothie pretty much every day, and I put every single fruit and veggie in it, plus a heap of your sups as well. Spirulina, hide the taste.
Superfood greens.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, love that one. Doesn't taste as crappy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like a mint taste.
That's how we designed it.
Yes,
Nice tropical taste to
It
it.
tastes friendly,
Yeah,
which is amazing.
That sums it up perfectly.
It's a good, gateway into the spirulina world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I put like broccoli, kale, spinach, carrot, cucumber, avocado, zucchini, blueberry, banana, anything, kiwi, whatever I have in the fridge, I put it like all in. Nuts, all that kind of stuff. I put like those in as well, especially Brazil nuts for selenium, all that kind of stuff. And I think that's been a massive help for me, because obviously being vegan is amazing, but you can definitely be a junk food vegan. So making sure that at least one of my meals every day is like packed full of goodness. And even just learning how to make simple, yummy, delicious foods. Like before I came here, I just did porridge. So I just did my oats and some oat milk and some water. And then I put in some protein, some of the lean vanilla, because it's just like super, I think it mixes with oats better than like say chocolate. And then put in some blueberries, some cinnamon. Done. Like an amazing, yummy, healthy, filling breakfast that's like will keep me going until, who knows, maybe even dinner now, depending on, you know, what happens to Savo. So I think it's about really learning how to make healthy, accessible, easy, yummy choices. In regards to like chemicals and stuff like that, I really try and not use many chemicals. I actually use essential oils for most of my cleaning, which I'm obsessed with and love. So we don't have like conventional cleaning products in our house. Like I just have the one thing that I use on everything, and it's just made from essential oils. And if I'm going to like clean, I'll use like bicarbonate vinegar. The only time I really struggle and I'll get some gumption is if there's like a really tough stain, like say on the tiles that I can't get out. So I think making sustainable choices like in your home can be quite overwhelming, because there's so many chemicals in your home. Like they're in everything. You open a conventional cupboard and there's like 50 bottles of like poison.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it just blows my mind. So anyway, with that, like, I suppose that perspective of using essential oils as cleaning product, I also use them for a lot of my beauty stuff as well. So like dry shampoo, face oil at night, soap, all that kind of stuff. And it's all non-toxic, which is like uber beautiful. In regards to biohacking, I've definitely done ice baths before. I'm not a massive fan. they're just so cold. I would love.
So they work.
I would love to get into them, but we have a really small house. So maybe it's like a goal for when we have space to have a veggie patch. Because I know Scott's also interested in like, you know, getting into them. But I am a big fan of heat therapy. So infrared saunas. Yeah, nice. We have a place near us that's really beautiful. So I try and go, well, I used to go there before Corona. Try and go like once every week because that's really good for me anyway, for sleep, stress, and for like skin health. It's super, I feel like super amazing. And then exercise. I've just been balancing my exercise at the moment. This morning I did a HIIT session with one of my girlfriends, and then I went for like a long hour's walk with my dog. But I've been doing running as well, which I kind of go through phases with. I'm like either super keen on running or not really keen. And then like Pilates and yoga I also do. And I've been doing some basic weight sessions at home as well. So really mixing it up. And I think that's the most important thing is to, you know, mix things up, because as soon as you're doing the same thing, which I make that mistake all the time, I just get obsessed into like one form of training. And then a year later, I'm like, I hate that now. I need to do something different, you know? But I will mention as well, other things that for me are really important is just like nature exposure or like grounding. So I grew up on the beach, so swimming in the ocean, even if you're in there for 5 seconds, is just like amazing. Or going into my very small garden and like taking my shoes off and sitting down with my dog, stuff like that.
Do you have a grounding mat for your bed?
No.
I got one of them.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that beats actually going and being on soil, being on sand and all that, and connecting with nature and whatnot. But yeah, there's some interesting science behind it, like the fact that it's like the greatest source of antioxidants is through the actual earth. There's some, I mean, it's a long discussion, but people should definitely have a look into
the neutralization of like the charges in your body and stuff. Crazy. Yeah. My uncle actually bought a grounding sheet for his bed, I reckon 15 years ago. And he came to my place and was like, I've got this cool thing. And I'm like, you're crazy, whatever. He's like, you plug it into the wall and it shoots down to the ground and then you're getting all the ions up, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but now I'm fully like, yes, into it. So, but no, I don't have one of those. I think if I lived in an apartment without a garden, I probably would. But yeah, we're lucky we have a small but really nice garden.
You get the real deal.
Yeah.
I'm on the top floor of an apartment building, so I can't do that.
Oh, yeah, it's tough, isn't it? It's really tough. But I think, you know, another thing, sorry, this list is long, but hydration. Everyone is chronically dehydrated. And like it infuriates me. Like I wake up and I have like a liter of water, or maybe like 700 mils, just because I'm thirsty because I've been asleep all night. But people just don't drink all day. My boyfriend, he doesn't drink anywhere near enough water, and so many of my friends. So I think hydration is so important. And I say to people, if you don't like drinking water, put something, you know, yummy in it. I've been putting like a heaped tablespoon of the Bloom into my water lately in the afternoon. And it just gives me a nice little pick-me-up and tastes amazing. It doesn't taste like, you know, a big jar of water.
Yeah, the Body Bloom.
Yeah, epic. Love, love, love that. So sorry that list was so long.
No,
but
that's
like,
great.
There's lots
if you've got other things, let us know. Like even on your blog, just encourage people. You write a bit on your website as well. So go on to Dara's blog and on her website and check out some of the stuff she writes on as well. Because, she's not just a DJ. She's well into her wellness and has a lot of cool stuff there.
Did you have a look at the EFT tapping one the other day?
I do that before I speak.
Yes.
So, but I do a different. I do this to
there's a couple of different ones.
Like that's just more like settling nerves but I'm a very like, if people even watch me, like I'm a very twitchy movie guy. Like I'm just an absolute like I've had red cordial just drip feeding into my blood for the last 29 years. Like I can't sit still.
Yeah.
So like finding ways, like obviously meditation is very important and whatnot, but yeah.
The tapping is really great for just like rewiring pathways and like, I suppose beliefs and things like that. I found it so helpful. So yeah, if you guys want to go check out some weird stuff, have a look at my blog.
Did you do any before this podcast?
Tapping?
Yeah.
No, I didn't, but I did do a meditation this morning.
Nice.
I've done a meditation course. Actually, my lovely boyfriend bought that for me, which was so nice. Wow. But I actually used just the Headspace app. I know it's kind of like basic, but it's super accessible. It reminds me, and I like the guy's voice. So Yeah. It's great because it is accessible to everyone. You don't need to go and do like a mad ass course and, spend heaps of time and heaps of money. They teach you.
At what time in your life did you sort of dive into this lifestyle? Where did it kind of change throughout your life?
Probably like 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. I was pretty chronically ill. Like I was not doing great. I was traveling so much, like 8 or 9 months a year, obviously partying a lot, which is fun, but really bad for you. My sleep was so broken. I wasn't eating well. So not only was I not vegan, but I was like living an airport diet, which is like French fries. So bad. And so I developed like really bad gut problems, and it was was diagnosed later with like a low level Crohn's, which is, for anyone listening, it's like an inflammatory disease. So pretty much your stomach and bowel is just like super inflamed, which means that anything you put in it just causes problems. So having the like brain fog, exhaustion, pain, bloating, weight gain, all of that came with having like, I suppose it's a disease, right? Made me just want to turn my life around. And so the first thing I did was I actually went vegan first, which is like maybe a big step to take first. But changing like the basic elements of my diet and re-looking at what I was doing, and taking like alkalizing supplements like Spirulina actually, because I was doing basic Googling and like going down these weird rabbit holes and just trying to do anything that would help me. But then I ended up being medicated for that, which helped. And I was on medication for maybe 18 months. But then, much to my GI's unhappiness, I decided to wean myself off it. Because, they put these people on medication, like, stay on it for your life, or stay on it for 5 years or 10 years, and then we'll see. And at that point in time, I was, like, doing research into, like, the pill and also how bad that was. So I came off that. And I was like, hang on, I'm off the pill, but then I'm still taking this other medication for my gut. And I was like, oh, shit, I should probably come off that too. So it was, like, a gradual awakening process, I suppose. And I think I've been really healthful for the last probably 2.5 years. And like, I still, sometimes don't feel great. I still get sick, but the last 2.5 years I've been really healthy, which is awesome. Took a long time though, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it's how Tropeaka started, through my own health battles and the doctors not having an answer to the feeling like I've been hit by a bus for 3.5 years and my own digestive issues. And that led us on to high quality nutrition and led us on to starting a health food company. But the amount of, you'd be shocked, Dara, if you knew the amount of young women who reach out to us in customer service just constantly that are going through those same issues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Through really the way we eat, the lifestyle choices we make, and also medication. Like I destroyed my gut through using antibiotics that my GP prescribed for like 5 years for my skin as a teenager. So the pill's another one that obviously messes up people, which you just mentioned. So obviously you need to work closely with medical practitioners in order to get the right advice. But if I can encourage people to look into like functional medicine and treating, and doctors that treat the body as a whole is such a powerful, there's a lot of smart doctors out there that actually understand the ramifications of how the food you eat, the lifestyle choices you make, including sleep, as well as the medications that you take that will definitely help get you on the right track in terms of your health. But it's a long-term thing.
Yeah, it's scary. Like I was really low in iron 2 years ago, really low. Like I was obviously not supplementing regularly enough, and probably I wasn't doing my big ass leafy green smoothies at that point, which that was kind of what started me to do them, because I was like, okay, I need to be a bit more healthful. And I asked my GP, okay, she's like, well, okay, we're going to have to give you an iron transfusion and you're going to have to like supplement iron like orally. And I was like, cool, sweet, great. It was really helpful. The transfusion was amazing. But then I said, kind of just tested her. I was like, what foods are iron rich that are vegan? And she's like, you're going to have to Google that. And I was like, oh my gosh, like it just proves that like they're happy to give you a tablet, but aren't happy to help navigate you through, what the easiest way to access like, good nutrient dense stuff is. And she's like, oh, you can go to a dietitian if you want. And I was like, no, I already know. I just was like wanting to know what you were going to tell me.
Just wanted to do a pop quiz in the...
Anyway, I've changed GPs now after that because I was like, this lady does not know anything.
I changed my GP many years ago as well.
Yes.
Funnily enough, I don't... the more you educate yourself and make the right decisions, the less you actually need to have a professional help you out. But obviously they're very important, and don't go avoiding them. There's power in also knowing things yourself in life, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. So my favorite Tropeaka product is actually Boost. I feel like it's like not a maybe common one, but it tastes so bloody good. Where is it? It's just
tastes
there.
Like chocolate, yeah.
It tastes like chocolate caramel deliciousness. And what I do, so I don't put that one in my green smoothies because that would be wrong. I get really ripe frozen banana, so like almost black bananas, freeze them, and so I put like two. I put a lot of bananas in, so 2 really ripe frozen bananas, 2 medjool dates, Boost, a little bit of like oat milk, bit of water, bit of cinnamon if you want, and just like blend it up in your Vitamix or your NutriBullet, and it is literally like caramel chocolate ice cream, like better than caramel chocolate ice cream, and it's actually healthy for you. Like sure, it's maybe like super high in calories, but I don't really worry about that. So it's just delish.
Well, that's what you want for anyway when you use Boost. Like Boost is like the energy boost. So people use it as a pre-workout. Don't get on caffeine and like a crappy pre-workout supplement that has like synthetics in it and artificial nasties and caffeine. Have Boost. Have like plenty of the natural sugars like banana, medjool dates.
And dates, yep.
Or have it as people have Boost for breakfast, you know.
Well, that's
perfect.
what I do. These nice creams for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yes. So good. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Love it.
All right, so let's talk more about where you see yourself in the future. You're already kicking ass around the world, but what are your future goals and aspirations, and where do you picture yourself in about like 5 to 10 years?
It's such a good question, and it's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. Coronavirus has totally turned everything on its head. So I had the plan to, DJ for a couple more years, then I'd like retire and maybe just do like one-off shows and have babies and have a big farm and all this kind of stuff. But obviously now my plans are probably going to be pushed back a few more years, and it's something that I've been kind of struggling with, but also just having to come to terms with. Everyone's in the same boat. Everyone's plans are going to have to change. So I definitely want to have kids. I definitely want to own an animal sanctuary. I don't know how those two go hand in hand because I know both are like very take a lot of time. I'm really, really happy DJing for now. And I think this whole period of time has made me realize how much I love my work. And I'm so grateful for my job. Like I just have the funnest job ever. And it's tough and you have to be motivated and it's tiring. But I'm so bloody lucky. And so I think I do want to continue DJing for quite a bit longer, which is not a bad realization to have, as long as I can make sure I continue living a healthful life. And as I mentioned before, maybe slowing down a bit, taking a bit more time off, that I think will really work. But yeah, I would love to, one of my goals like with an animal sanctuary is to have an animal sanctuary kind of just shy of Sydney, and have farm animals there as well as like maybe native animals if possible. And I'd love for it to be a space where like primary school kids can come and spend time on an excursion. Like, do you remember when you were in primary school and you go to the zoo? Yeah. Like I lots of vegans hate zoos. I don't hate zoos because I think a lot of them have great rehabilitation programs and are really great for an educational perspective, but the whole pretense of them I just don't really like. So if we could get like young primary school kids to like come to the sanctuary and learn about farmed animals as well as native animals as well as like domesticated animals, and they could learn about like all of the stuff that I learnt about like 5 years ago, and my mind was just totally blown, but in a nice, fun, presentable way. Yeah. Not like we are killing the planet through like animal ag, more like eating carrots and avocados is much better on the environment than eating chicken or something like that. So look, I don't know. That's like my end goal from a career perspective. Of course, with DJing, I don't know what's going to happen right now. And I would love to say I would love to be back over playing all the festivals in Europe and America, but like I don't know when we're going to be able to travel overseas again. It's definitely not this year. It's probably not next year. So I'm kind of just letting that career go just fly for a minute and like just doing my thing, controlling what I can control. But yeah, I'd also like to have lots of babies and lots more dogs and cats and other animals. So we'll see. I don't know. Stay posted.
I definitely think your animal sanctuary is going to be better than Carol Baskin's. That's for sure.
Mate, I feel sorry for that woman. Like, honestly. I know people like, obviously.
Wait, did she kill her husband?
Yeah,
no, I don't think so. Like, I think
she did.
Yeah, everyone says she did, but that show was like so produced.
Out to get her.
It's like Big Brother, but like for like these animal people. Yeah. I don't know. It was interesting because I watched the Louis Theroux documentary on Joe that was done like 11 years ago. Oh. And Louis is so awesome because he just like presents things in such a normal way. And so Joe Exotic didn't seem as like, you know, produced as he did on the Netflix special. So I think it was
What was his take
produced.
on Joe though in the Louis one? I haven't seen it.
Oh, it was
like
still
Joe
like,
crazy?
It was like, you're weird and it's probably not nice that you're keeping these animals captive.
Yeah.
You're probably not a 100% great person.
Yeah. Okay.
But it wasn't like... They didn't focus as much on like his ego and his drive to get fame and kill Carol. There was no mention of Carol. Like there was nothing like that. And I know maybe
there was no memes as well, which sucked.
Yeah, no memes. The memes are so good, and the dances.
theme song?
Oh my god!
So good. Yeah.
How's it go again?
I don't
Carol
know.
Baskin.
Killed her husband, whacked him. Don't say it. Something didn't happen. Wow, we need to improve on that. Oh my gosh. How did we get onto that? Animal sanctuaries.
We're taking some good avenues. All right, look. When this has been such a good podcast. When people can travel again and you can go overseas and all that and be a famous DJ again, what advice do you have for people who, like myself, that's an aspiring DJ, definitely had some dreams and fantasies being up on the deck.
What was your DJ name?
DJ Peak. Tropeaka. DJ Peak. Why not? Let's go.
Like, I like that. Peaky.
Peaky. Sipping smoothies. Sipping superfood smoothies before my set. There we go.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah, look, when I become, what advice would you give me if I want to become DJ Peak or someone else and famous?
So 2 pieces of advice. Practice your art, like practice actually like the technical side of things, because I think so many people these days just want to be a DJ to like get clout or get popular or like, you know, go to Miami and party at 11 or whatever it might be. Like they're doing it for the wrong reasons. Like you have to love music and you actually have to be good. It's really... If you're a shitty DJ, people are going to know. It's pretty obvious, and it's pretty obvious to club owners and other DJs and stuff. So I practiced for so long, and I practiced so many hours every single day before I would like come out and have a set, I suppose. Practice your art. And the second thing is branding. Obviously, it's super oversaturated. Everyone is a DJ. Like everyone's a DJ. So create something that is authentically you that you're going to be able to, I suppose, give to people that's going to make them remember you. Whether it's the type of music that you play in your set, whether it's a crazy colored wig, maybe it's a cool DJ name like Peaky. Maybe it's the fact that you're known for sipping smoothies while you're DJing and not actually drinking alcohol. Yeah. Who knows what it is? So yeah, I think branding is really important as well, especially in the market that's super oversaturated.
Amazing. Meg, you wrap this up.
Well, it's been a super fun podcast. We really enjoyed having your company, and just your whole entire vibe and aura is just so positive and amazing. So thank you so much for being here. We had a great chat with you. Go ahead and tell the audience listening where they can find your latest singles and your socials at.
Guys, thanks. It's been amazing. Okay, so you can find me on Spotify. Just type in Tigerlily. Instagram, I'm DJ Tigerlily. Same on Facebook. Same on SoundCloud. Same on Twitter. I also have a website, which is just djtigerlily.com, and there's links to everything there, from all the articles that we were talking about before to my podcast, which comes out every week on Tuesday. It's not a talking podcast, music podcast. Great for working out and like running and stuff if you guys are interested. And yeah, links to everything on my website. But thank you for having me. It's been so fun, and I feel like we've just talked about everything. Yeah. It's been amazing. And we did shots.
Yeah. I know, what a perfect
Nothing
podcast.
has been untouched.
And half of it was off air as well, so we've been gone for ages. Thank you, Dara. It's been amazing. Thank you, Meg. We'll see you guys for episode 5.
Woo.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Woohoo! Skirt.
Just a reminder before you leave, thank you so much again for tuning into the hashtag WHODIS podcast so far. Remember to hit that subscribe button right now so don't miss out on any future episodes, and also remember to share it with all of your friends. You can also find us at Tropeaka on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, pretty much all over the web for all of your health and fitness inspo with a whole lot of fun.